Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by BlackRifleCoffee.com. Oh, see, can you see? Baby Dinsey What's so proudly we I can't do the rest of it. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that was Fergie last night during the NBA All-Star Game. James, got your hand over your heart.
She really made it her own, huh?
Ooh.
She really made it her own.
She made it her own and everyone else's.
Bless.
Holy shit. I couldn't believe it was as it was going on. Obviously, we chatted about my love of the NBA and watching the dunk contest. I always watch All-Star Weekend. I'm usually not amped for the game at all.
You're amped for the other stuff.
Yeah. 3-point shootout, dunk contest. Dunk contest has been shitty. And I really wasn't looking forward to this game. But it's Sunday night. There's literally nothing else on. There was Daytona 500 that was on yesterday, which was great. Right. But that ends at 5-6. And I usually flip over to the NBA All-Star Game, leave it on in the background, and do some other shit. Before Fergie got out, they brought out Kevin Hart and Rob Riggle to do. I would say Kevin Hart did a tight 19-minute set, just introducing the All-Stars, which was way too long. Way too long. People were really angry about Rob Riggle and Kevin Hart.
Was it even funny?
Yeah. I just think it's the wrong venue for it.
Got it.
It's an NBA game. Therefore, there should be maybe a little more serious take to it of hey, let's just announce the starting lineups and get this the fuck on with. Right. I understand why they tried to switch it up and do another format. It failed miserably.
Sure.
And there's no way around it. And I love Kevin Hart. Rob Riggle is only good to me in small doses.
Yeah.
And after he balked at doing range 15 after the fucking amount of money we offered, I'm not a Rob Riggle fan anyways. So I don't give a shit about Rob Riggle, but
Rob Riggle can do one thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But with Kevin Hart, I love Kevin Hart and he's hilarious. It's just the wrong venue for him to do that.
Sure.
And
then Fergie. The thing is she can't sing.
No. I didn't know. You knew that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, every time, any live performance or thing that she's done, it's very it's like a nasally thing. She can't actually sing. And the songs that she did, it was really studio overproduced. So
wow, we found that out last night, didn't we?
We really did. And the first thing I think, I don't know if anybody else thinks this way, is that she's going through a divorce or she just got divorced. And Dumel's doing okay.
Josh Dumel's Josh Dumel.
He's doing okay.
He got popped for steroids, but
he looks great.
Exactly, one of the best looking dudes on the planet,
and
arguably.
He's doing good, movie wise and show wise. He's doing some cool stuff, and so in that category, I always think when someone just got a divorce or whatever, that person is kind of yes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. There's a little. I don't know what happened between them. Was it him cheating? I don't know.
I don't know. That was the rumor.
Wanting to spread her wings? I don't know.
No, I know it wasn't her because she broke down on Good Morning America and was just
so did he.
No, but she really broke down.
He was crying.
I heard it was cheating on his end, but that's purely speculation.
Okay.
Gossip
So
and
for
whatnot.
me, it's
but
just like, oh, fuck. Like,
no.
you don't even have.
So you think she was trying to go sexy with it? Because that's what it appeared to, of like, I'm this sexy, sultry singer, and the way she was overemphasizing words. It was like very Jessica Rabbit.
It's when
meets Despacito. Despacito.
It was like karaoke. Like when you don't know, when you can't sing, you kind of try and like make it.
Boy.
I don't know.
Boy, it was.
I don't do karaoke, obviously.
Karaoke.
Karaoke. I do karaoke.
Yeah.
Like when you go in the Asian places and you have your own room.
Right.
With
big fan.
And bottles.
Oh, yeah.
Bottles.
Yeah.
In the karaoke.
Yeah.
I will do that. But I think that's what it was, is that she can't sing. So if you can't sing, you have to make it your own.
Yeah. Yep.
Because you can't just like stand there like Adele can just be in sweatpants and not do any inflection.
Yeah. She could do it from bed. She could do it on a Adele could do it on a Craftmatic adjustable where she's just
absolutely
hits the button, kind of leans up, and then
she'll
crushes the national anthem and then lies back down.
Each note straight. No falsetto, like nothing. Nothing like that. I need you, you're here, I need you here.
Yeah, but it reminded me of that voice you do. Do that?
Yeah. Because it almost sounded fake, like a joke, some of it.
Yeah.
Like when that guy was laughing, who was it?
Draymond Green.
When he was laughing, it was like, that's because it seemed a little bit like a joke, some of it, because she was like,
Well, I will say this. The national anthem is something you can't hide behind.
Exactly.
So when you're out there, it's just you and a microphone. You can sing or you can't sing. And obviously, one of my besties just sang the national anthem at the KC Mavericks game. Mm-hmm. And I asked him, what his experience was. I saw the footage of it, and he was great. But he was like, man, it is really nerve-wracking singing at an arena.
Oh my God.
I think there was like 20,000 at the game he sang at. And it was just like, and the other thing is too, like, because he goes, do you have any tips, like insider Hollywood tips before I do this? And I say, yes. Everybody I know who sang a national anthem in a stadium, there is about a 3-second delay. So I go, you have to listen to what's in your head or ears if you have earpieces. He didn't have those. Mm-hmm. Fergie did. So it blocks out that delay, because when you sing it and it's coming back in through the speakers, mm-hmm. you're hearing it about 2 lines behind. So it can fuck you up if you're not used to that. I would figure, again, Fergie had earpieces in, and I'm sure she rehearsed it numerous times. And no excuses. Whereas my buddy was just like, yo, man, because he called me, Jared called me afterwards and was like, hey, thanks, man. I had no fucking idea. And he goes, as soon as that first line came out and that delay kicked in, he's like, a panic washes over you where you're just like, oh my God.
I can't hear. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he didn't have the expensive plugins like Fergie does. So like he had to go straight from his mind. Fergie had no excuse. Mm-mm. Like none.
And no talent. So she was just, do you guys want to hear it again?
Yeah.
I think they're over it, right?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. And then hitting those notes. Oh, because
God.
she couldn't, like, the pitch was so off. It was so amazing.
So the worst ever at a sports game, in my opinion, of all time was Carl Lewis. Carl Lewis, the world champion Olympian, has won 8 gold medals or whatever it is. He sang at a Houston Rockets game, and it was people. I mean, you could hear their laughter, and he was like, "Uh-oh, I got to start again," and just kept starting again. I mean,
but that's funny.
It's horrific. It's funny because it's Carl Lewis, and he's an athlete, not a singer.
Right.
Fergie is a singer. That's what her profession is. And today, look, today's Monday. It's President's Day. There's no news. The banks are closed. The stock market's closed. this is the only story that's going on. So this is it was the wrong time to do it. You know, whenever like a bad story comes out, you want to drop it on like a Friday night so people can forget about it over the weekend. This happened on a Sunday night going into a Monday holiday where there is nothing else to talk about except for Fergie's National Anthem.
Fergie's a mess. Remember when she peed herself?
What?
Remember she peed herself on stage?
No.
That was like...
Good for her. Look.
Fergie.
Yeah. Hey, she is who she is, you know?
She's a mess. I'm sorry.
I think that that divorce is hitting her a little hard. A little hard.
Maybe. She seems okay.
No, she's not okay.
She's not okay.
No,
Okay.
No, I mean
Okay.
the tears every time is a lot.
Okay.
She's going through a lot.
That didn't help.
She's going through a lot. Black Eyed Peas aren't together anymore.
Right.
So it's a lot. It's a lot for I don't know how she's going to come back from that, but anyways, regardless, the game itself, by the way, last night was fantastic. Fucking one of the best NBA All-Star games I've seen in years. They actually cared. They played. It came down to the last possession. They were playing defense against each other. There was some hard fouls. You never see that typically in an All-Star game, and they triple teamed. Like Steph Curry had a shot to win it at the buzzer. And they triple teamed him and said, fuck it, make him pass to somebody else, which he had to. And it was great. Great game. So the opposite happened of what happens every year. Usually good.
The game sucks.
Yeah. Migos were good. Fuck. Decent game. But Kevin Hart, boy, he's got to stop doing shit like that. He's too famous now. He's a gigantic movie star.
Right.
Jumanji is on pace right now to hit $1 billion in the box office worldwide. 1 billion with a B. They're doing a sequel. I think as of last weekend, it's over like 930 million. And it's like, I think he got a little like, I'm in the biggest movie in the world. Like, I'm gonna fucking do everything. And it's like, might want to roll the windows down on that a little bit.
Sure.
Just let the car air out for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Sit a couple plays out.
Yeah, because it's a little too much, little too much overexposure. I did this movie with Eddie Griffin, and he talked to me about doing award shows and things like that. And he goes, "Hey, no matter how famous you get, don't do award shows, don't host all-star games, things like that." And I was like, "Why?" And he goes, "It can only hurt your career." And I was like, "Why is that?" And he goes, "Well, if you're great at it, it's the only thing they're going to want you to do. If you're bad at it, and you're already doing other cool shit, it's going to make you look like an asshole to everybody else." And it was just like...
But Kevin Hart is impervious.
Look,
I don't think there's anything that can hurt that man's career, to be honest.
Well, look, he's made it through everything else. So 2 back-to-back cheating scandals and
like being drunk as shit at the Super Bowl and numerous other things.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, look, people probably forget it, but like he was trending all last night, and
he'll make some video about it and be like,
that'll be it.
Yeah. Make it funny.
He posted like a super sincere video with his kids this morning, and it was just like, "This is all I need in this world" type of thing. And I was just like, all right,
just don't go sincere with it.
Yeah.
Always joke about it.
Always joke about it.
Always joke about it. That's my motto in life.
Yeah.
Don't ever go serious or sincere.
You've got a plaque up that says that.
Yeah.
You got a plaque up that says that. We got some sponsors here who pay for this fucking show to be on the air. Oh, Jabes. First and foremost, we're talking about blackriflecoffee.com. Blackriflecoffee.com. Boom, boom. Yeah, dude. You're drinking it. We get the K-Cups every goddamn day. Premium roast to order coffee. They make it fresh inside the lovely warehouses in Salt Lake City. It's bagged up and it's delivered to you within 2 days. 2 days later, their K-Cups are my jam. We get the Just Black and the caffeinated as fuck. Cool thing about it is, look, I've been a fan for a long time. Obviously, my best friends own it, but the coffee is amazing, and I've had a subscription for it for fucking a year and a half. So the fact that they're the sponsor, the chief sponsor for the show, is even better. Also, a huge fan of their apparel. Wear it all the time. blackriflecoffee.com. Join the subscription the month club. Use the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off.
I actually got
It's worth
a prescription. My doctor
prescribed the coffee to you.
Yeah, Black Rifles specifically. So that's not easy to get.
No, it's not.
Especially this day and age.
Yeah. Yeah.
Prescription.
Yeah, exactly. And again, if you're at home and you've got some loose Vicodin laying around, send it to 3793, P.O. Box 3793, Wilmington, North Carolina, 28406. We'll take that off your hands for you. Just because we like to kick back and relax.
Donate it to a preschool or something. Some kind of charity for kids? What?
Yeah.
That's what they want.
It's what the parents want.
Exactly. We'll donate to
some needy parents.
Yeah.
It'll
go to a
kids.
good cause.
Who have a minimum of 3 kids. Go to blackriflecoffee.com. Promo code REVOLUTION, 20% off. Next up, we got straightrazors.com. Oh, shit. Straightrazors.com. I use them every day. Use their aftershave, Smolder. I use their cologne, Smolder. Using their shampoos and conditioners, dude. Boom. I literally use all of their products every single day. When I had the mustache, I used the mustache wax. They got beard oils. They got shampoos, conditioners, everything you need to be a real man and groom yourself in this world. Go to straightrazors.com. They got the finest razors and shaving kits in the biz. If you're not used to if you're not used to using a straight razor, they got a safety razor to start with. And once you get used to it, god damn it, it is a fine shave. Support the show. Go to straightrazors.com. Type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. Get yourself a kit of this fine ass shit. It's the best in the biz. Next up, we got StrikeForceEnergy.com. Man, make America grape again, kids. I love it. I love this shit. This is my pre-workout go-to now. I use it in everything. Every time I'm getting ready for the gym, they got 4 original flavors: grape, orange, lemon, and also original, which is not original. But go to StrikeForceEnergy.com. It's a tasty, tiny little tin pouch. You can kick the can. You don't need the can anymore. You don't need Kickstart. You don't need Red Bull. You don't need any of it. They also have a subscription of the month club, which is great. And these fucking boxes that I was just holding up, $9.95. That's it. $10. $10. They're 99 cents a packet. It's nice. Give it a try. It goes in every liquid available. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com. Type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. Last but not least, we've got Caillou. That's Kayu. This is a fun app that's coming out March 10th. It's dropping March 10th. We're giving you a little sneak peek of what it is. Travel, lodging, socializing, fucking any outdoor events, concerts, fucking you want to go shooting with somebody. And let's say you're heading to a big event like Coachella. You want to split the cost on something. Go to the Caillou app. You can find people who are like you, like-minded individuals like yourself who like to rage. And it's kind of like Tinder, too. You can see if they were fun to party with or hang out with. See if it was fun to stay in their house. That type of Tinder,
shit. It's like Drinking Bros a little bit, too.
Yeah.
Where it's like, meet up wherever you're going.
Meet and greet up.
Find people that are like you.
Yeah.
That are into shit that
party,
you're into.
Get loose. Look, if you have a sexual encounter, you do. If you have a baby, you do. If you have a baby, though, name it Caillou.
Obviously,
just name it after the app. And they're also they're throwing a huge party in Charleston South Carolina.
Charleston.
Same here. They're throwing a huge party there. Huge. There's like a music fest going on, and then afterwards, all the bars, it's free to drink if you have the app downloaded to your phone.
Dang.
All of the bars in downtown Charleston. Just show them the Caillou app, and you can fucking drink for free all night, which is crazy. I love Charleston. Charleston's a fucking blast to party in.
We need to pop on down.
I know. We haven't been there in a while.
I know.
We haven't been there in a while. Oh, boy. I want to talk about the Olympics tanking.
Yeah. What happened?
Strange, right?
Russia?
No. And this one actually has nothing to do with Russia.
Did you see the curling? The guy that...
Yeah. The guy who got popped for doping and curling from Russia.
But they just can't fucking help themselves, those Russians.
It's crazy.
They literally cannot help themselves with the doping.
It's crazy. You watched that documentary, right?
I did. It's Icarus. I think I called it something else before.
Yeah,
Obviously, I called it the wrong name.
Does it talk about why all those athletes got suspended in that doc?
It's before that. So this documentary led to them getting suspended.
Gotcha.
So this is the whistleblowers, the scientists that actually made all of this happen.
Okay.
Basically worked at the facility and then went to the Olympics and actually set up camp there to switch out pee and all of this crazy intricate thing. So they showcase that whole thing, and that documentary led to everything that's happening with the Russians right now.
Gotcha. These microphones itch my nose, by the way.
The microphones?
Yeah. I feel like I've been doing blow all day.
Or was it the blow?
Yeah.
You can't tell, huh?
No, I can't anymore. Can't anymore.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
with the Olympics, and that guy caught for doping in curling, like they had already thrown out, what was it, 55 athletes?
They can't even represent Russia anymore.
No.
So they're independent athletes.
Because a few of them have won medals, and it just says from the country of Russia.
Yeah, so it's not
like,
Russia. It's the individual athlete that's winning. So Russia itself does not get any medals or anything from there.
Nothing.
No.
They get nothing. The individual themselves.
Yeah.
And then the
so
one
weird,
guy who was from the country of Russia got popped for doping in curling. Come on, man. So I think it's a variety of reasons why the Olympics aren't doing well. First and foremost is the fact that it's in South Korea. As Americans, they're a day ahead of us. So as Americans, like we're seeing these events, and with the half-hour tape delay on NBC, it's like we kind of know the winners beforehand and all that other shit. And it's the timing is weird. There's been a bunch of delays because of weather. So a bunch of the shit's been canceled. That Schifrin chick who was supposed to be in like 5 events has already had to cancel 2 of them, 2 out of the 5. And then the other Americans just aren't winning. Lindsey Vonn lost. We have like 9 medals total. Shaun White did his job.
Yeah.
The other chick, Chloe Kim. Mm-hmm. The guy, the Nathan Chen guy, who was supposed to be the Olympic gold medal winner in figure skating, beefed the cheese on the first night, and then redeemed himself on the second, but it wasn't good enough to medal.
Maybe South Korea isn't the best place to have an Olympics, just weather-wise.
Maybe.
Well, it's not coming true, right? It's what made them
2 degrees
want to do that?
Because they did it in Seoul, South Korea, and it was a smashing success.
Oh, global warming. Huh?
Yeah, but now it's 2 degrees there, and the announcers are awful for NBC. Their whole lineup of people has been really fucking weird across the board. The guy who's the fucking
Australian guy,
doing the snowboarding, or it's just he doesn't really know anything about snowboarding.
This is a big oi
die.
He's got to get big time stuff here, doesn't he? He's really got to go all the way for the thing. Yeah. And he's paired up with a guy who actually doesn't know what's going on. So the guy is just constantly correcting him, and you're like, oh God, I can't. Yeah, he goes, well, I mean, actually, no. It's a lot of actually, no.
Yeah. And that coupled with the delays, we were just like, holy shit. Yeah. No Americans are winning. That's just
why
kind
we
of.
don't like it, but
yeah. I'm checked out of it, and usually I watch every night. Like I love that shit. I'm an Olympics junkie.
But I like stuff like that girl that won on the downhill.
I did too.
Skiing, yeah.
Like downhill skiing, the Super G.
Shit.
She was a snowboarding champion.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
19th.
Yeah. Best finish she's ever done was 19th, but NBC cut the feed. So we even get to see that live. Because I was watching it to see the American. She lost, and Lindsey Vonn.
Yes.
And they cut the feed after that because they were like, well, the last 12 people to go have never medaled or
fuck them,
aren't any good. Yeah. And I was just like, huh? And then later on, after it happened, after that girl won, they cut back in, And
they're like, whoops.
And they re-showed it, and it was just like, hey, motherfucker, this is too late. Like, I wanted to see this live. Then they tried to get that Adam Rippon guy to help host the rest of the Olympics. So the gay figure skater.
I loved him.
Everybody else did too. So NBC was just like, fuck, they're trying to rescue ratings. So they after he finished, they tried to sign him to a contract to host the rest of the Olympics and do stuff.
Yeah.
No, because you have to give up your eligibility with your team if you become an announcer. So you can't technically do it until after it's over.
He was probably like, damn it.
I know. And so
that's his calling.
I know. So he had to say, hey guys, thank you. I really wanted to do this, but I can't. And they had announced him doing it and all this shit. So like that backfired. It's just been a laundry list full of shit where you're just like, man, it just keeps getting worse over and over and over.
What did Lindsey Vonn do? Like there was a hot mic.
Oh, yeah. Lindsey Vonn's hot mic when she was like, after she lost and she was favored to win the gold medal, she was like, God damn it. It wasn't even that hard. It wasn't even that fucking hard.
It's like totally different than what you picture Lindsey Vonn.
Yeah, because she always gives these interviews where she's like,
I'm Mormon. I'm from a family of 6. Like,
yeah,
she's
a weird one anyways.
She's weird. But I didn't think she was like that.
I didn't either.
My God, Dad.
Yeah. That's exactly how she was. And she's in her 30s at this point.
Sure. Sure.
And her whole...
So is Katy Perry.
Yeah.
And she's a little baby.
Her whole image was, based around whatever that persona was. And then to see her break out of that, you were like, well, I knew something was weird with her anyways when she started dating Tiger Woods.
Absolutely. Something's off.
Look, who dates Tiger Woods after that scandal? Who is the one that's like,
dates Tiger Woods?
He's going to change. He's going to change.
Who dates Tiger Woods?
I don't know. How do you say, this guy's going to change? No, he's not. And he's on the road golfing around the world.
It was just those 10 times.
Oh, okay.
It was just those 20,000 women. Like, it's different now.
Boy. And they dated for like 2 years.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was super weird.
It was weird. He was like, maybe he was good during that time.
Come on.
Probably not. But it was killing him. If he was, it was like a Ben Affleck situation where it was like, it was killing him.
Oh, yeah.
To be that good. He was just like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, I am out of here.
I have got to fuck some prostitutes.
Yeah, some prosties. You need some prosties. Stats.
I've got to frick some prostitutes.
Yeah.
I don't want to cuss. Sorry.
Yeah. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
It's okay if like it's a hot mic and you're like, fuck, god damn it, motherfucker. Like that, I would be like, yeah, I get it.
She was like beyond angry, like, fuck you.
But whiny. Yeah, if she was
whiny.
Yeah. It's the whininess.
Couldn't deal with it.
Like,
couldn't deal with it.
Anyway.
And she was the one, I think she heaped a lot of pressure on herself beforehand. Before the Olympics even started, she, held this press conference. It was like, I'm not going to the White House if I win the Olympics. And it was just like,
let's wait.
All right, cool. But now you've just alienated half the population, and that you're putting a tremendous amount of pressure on yourself to win the gold, so that way you can turn down the invitation to the White House.
I personally would wait.
Oh yeah.
I never like to. My thing is I always think that something's gonna fail or fall through, right?
Right.
So I never like to mention anything or celebrate anything until it's an absolute go.
Slam dunker. Yeah.
She's not that way.
No.
And that's okay. Everyone's different.
Yeah. We're all rainbow. Sweet, sweet individual.
It's a rainbow of different people in the world, and it makes
beautiful.
us beautiful.
We're gonna be doing an all show. Speaking of rainbow, can we talk about the gay guy?
You're welcome.
Yeah. Appreciate that segue, Sally.
We can if you want. It's not a big deal.
Well, NBC made a big deal of it. I know. And they did this story about this skier who, for the Olympics, for the American team, who was just like, I want to come out. He wanted to come out during the last Olympics with his boyfriend and make out with him when he got the gold medal and say that I'm gay to the world and all this stuff.
When he wins, yeah.
Yeah, and so he decided not to do it.
Yes, because he hadn't come out to his Parents.
his family and everything else. Which,
Honey, they knew.
Yeah, exactly.
They knew.
But NBC does this huge story on him, talking about his struggle and how he finally came out, and now what a fucking hero he is, and all this other shit. And it's like, who are you a hero to? Like, no one cares about people coming out or being gay anymore. Like, we're way past that as a culture.
It's cool, but it's like kiss at the bottom of the thing and be like, oh,
not only that,
nice.
But,
like, not this whole big expose on like how I don't know.
Gay marriage has been legalized since 2015. When did we start caring? Like, no one cares that you're gay anymore. They do not. It used to be a big deal back in the day.
It used to be a thing.
It is not anymore. So
I think there's enough science, statistics, everything, and I think it's okay now. I don't live in Middle America. I don't know if there's like groups of people out there. Probably, obviously, there is that aren't okay with it. But I think as a whole, I think we're okay, right?
It doesn't even make news anymore when someone comes out as gay. Like, it just doesn't. It's not a.
Maybe
it's not a thing anymore.
Place, but it doesn't. It's not a thing.
No, we've lived everywhere. Look, we live in North Carolina now. We lived in California for years. Like, no one cares. No one cares that you're gay anymore. Like, congratulations. Like, everybody's accepted that, I think, in today's culture, which is great. It's a great step forward. But NBC making this, big story out of it. It's like, hey, man, you're really digging now, because no one cares that guy is gay.
Yeah.
No one.
Like, you're just kind of like, oh, he's probably gay. Like, when you're like, oh, he's probably gay.
Yeah, congratulations.
Did the Adam guy come out?
Come on.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, he's like, I'm good.
Yeah. No, he's been out for a long time.
Maybe it's because he's ice skating. I don't know.
Yeah, you assume everybody is gay. I assume everybody's gay in ice skating.
There was one straight guy. Did you see that? Oh, just clunking around.
Well, Nathan that guy definitely.
He was like 7 feet tall.
Yeah, fell over like 19 times from Romania.
He wanted to play basketball, and his mom was like, "You will ice skate." He's
yeah.
Like, fine, Mom.
Nathan Chen said he had a crush on Emma Watson, so maybe he's not gay.
I don't actually think they're all gay. I'm not in the same camp as you. But
I do. I think I think Emma Watson's a safe one, where it's like, oh, it's the girl from Harry Potter.
She does have a short haircut, and she's quite manly sometimes. Yeah. She's a good beard, I think. But yeah, it's not a big deal. And then again, lumping in with the LGBTQ blah blah. It's like
XYZ.
That's not.
Yeah.
He's just a gay guy.
That's it. I'm going to stay in this theme of sports here. I saw that we're getting closer to the NFL draft, which you love.
I do love.
You love
I do.
Do you like the NFL draft? Will you watch it with me?
I love making fun of how stupid you guys are.
Oh, I love it so much. I love this. This year is going to be a good one, because you have a lot of big stars this year. And Baker Mayfield is one of them.
Yeah.
So the rumor that's being floated now is that he might be, because the New York Jets need a quarterback. The rumor is that they're going to draft him number 6 for the New York Jets, and have Baker Mayfield as the starting quarterback in New York for one of the most diehard fan bases of all time. Holy shit. Look.
I mean, he is country as they come, no?
He's from Texas. Like, he's got a big personality.
Okay.
He fits. The problem is New York is not a place, like, he likes to have fun. I saw him drinking beers the other night at the Clippers game. You put a guy like that in New York City, it never ends well.
Why?
Never. I think,
so you think he can
Joe
hide
Namath
out?
was like the last person. Because look, let's face it, the other team is Eli Manning as the quarterback. Eli's a quiet, professional, married, Eli's not going out raging. We all know that.
I would love another Namath type.
So would I.
Partier.
So we'll see what happens with Baker Mayfield. I just think he's too small for the NFL.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a fucking beautiful disaster that I'm going to watch.
Love it.
Religiously throughout the year. To see what happens with this.
This is the one.
This is like Johnny Manziel.
Yes.
2.0 to me.
Except for, was Johnny Manziel as good as Baker?
He's better.
Better?
Fuck, way better than Baker Mayfield, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, look, Johnny Manziel, when he played in the NFL, had flashes of brilliance his rookie year where you were just like, oh shit, this dude could be fucking awesome. And then he cratered his own life, in my opinion.
Right.
He has gotten sober, went to rehab, out of rehab, and is now signed with a Canadian football team to play,
to get back in the
to
game.
CFL, yeah, to get back into it. So I'm curious where Johnny Manziel goes, because to me, I would say, besides Michael Vick, was probably one of, in my just personal faves, one of the most exciting quarterbacks to watch. Reminded me of a young Brett Favre, and I enjoyed the fuck out of watching Johnny Manziel play football, and I hope he comes back. Baker Mayfield is in that vein. I just don't think he's as good as Johnny Manziel. The way Manziel was able to run and everything, like, just a more exciting, more dynamic player. I think Baker's definitely underneath him, and his size doesn't bode well for the NFL. But again, it'll be fun to watch. It'll be fun to watch this implosion happen or explosion happen. Because if he blows up in New York as the Jets quarterback, forget it. You're a god. I mean, you're a god at that point.
Right.
So if this goes down on draft night, it's going to be super, super exciting.
Oh, the pageantry.
Oh,
guys.
the pageantry of it.
All things that could be done behind closed doors.
No. Needs to be out in the open. Need to see it go down
Need
live on a Thursday night.
The envelope out.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Speaking of pageantry, we got a lot of messages about Crime Corner after last show.
That one was a really good one.
The nude man in the chimney. A lot of people messaged me and they were like, hey, you're a little too hard on Jabes during Crime Corner.
No.
Yeah. They were like, look, the people said we want more Crime Corner.
More Crime Corner.
There was like 8 people this time, so it doubled. It went from 4 to 8. We're a show that gives the people what they want.
Listen, if we're nothing,
we're that.
We're that.
So without further ado,
okay.
Crime Corner. Crime
Corner. Okay.
Oh boy.
What?
Whenever you start these, I always
What? How do you
I go into a downward spiral.
You do, because you love them so much.
They're so hard hitting journalistically that I can't.
They help the community.
They do.
They're keep your eyes open, keep your children close. A neighbor sent a letter asking to taste a family's delicious kids.
Oh. So
I have to say, this is the one where I'm like,
flesh?
I kind of like the criminal in this one.
Okay.
Like, I might be on their side. So listen.
So wait, he wanted to eat the
That's
children?
just the headline. Now I'm going to, okay. That's the headline. Now I get into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I answer all your questions.
By all means, I'll let you go.
Okay. So police in Minnesota say that a local woman expressed her irritation at her neighbors by sending a letter inquiring if she could taste the children. The recipient, a family in the town of Champlin with 2 elementary kids say they received the anonymous letter on September 27th. The full text read, "The children look delicious. May I have a taste?" Okay.
Okay.
The next day, a woman who received the letter posted an incest response on a community Facebook group, okay? She said, "To the individual who sent this letter, the answer is no. No, you may not have my children in any way, shape, or form."
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And beyond anything physical, you may not rob them of the security and comfort they feel, the trust they have in other people, or the joy they experience on a daily basis.
Wow.
Because of who you are.
Yep. Yeah.
You do not have the right to steal that from your children, okay?
Sure.
So shortly thereafter, the family started getting magazine subscriptions to their house. And on the label...
What kind of magazines does it say?
It didn't say. Okay. And it said, this on the label, it said, your tasty children. So she had ordered the magazine subscription to be sent to their...
It's a woman.
It is.
Oh, so she had ordered these magazine subscriptions, Your Tasty Children, to be sent to their house.
And so the magazine was addressed to Your Tasty Children with their address on it.
Sure.
So they say that the neighbor, Carrie Pernula, 38, admitted she was behind the letter and address labels.
Okay.
And she was motivated by neighborly gripes. Okay. She was angry because the kids were leaving things in her yard. And I think being a little bit noisy and being kids and being the way they were.
Sure.
So she was arrested Friday but she was quickly released. And then now she, disorderly conduct and stalking. Her attorney said, it's an unfortunate and complicated situation for everyone involved. So I kind of like the criminal.
Yeah.
I don't know what these fucking kids did.
What do you get? Do
you know what I mean?
Right. What do you get charged with something like that? I wonder.
Just like disruption and like she got stalking, which, it's like that. Remember the Watcher house? Did you ever remember that?
Yeah.
Where they kept getting letters. They still get letters, by the way.
You're kidding.
Yeah. They just got a new one, like I think the end of last year. So it's been going on since like 2014.
Gross.
Until now. They had to move out. Like the people could not live in the house and they just rented it. And when the renter moved in, they got a new letter from this creepy person.
Really?
It was like, my grandpa watched this house and I will continue watching it in his honor. Was creepy.
Oh, that's great.
Because they cannot find the sources.
I like that they kept it in the family. That's a nice family tradition. No, they say
it's a tradition that's passed down.
Yeah.
And now that they're going to continue the tradition.
To watch your family.
Yeah. And they did say something about young blood too, which makes it. But yeah.
Well, James, again, hard-hitting crime corner.
Again, I don't know what the kids did, but
does it matter?
I've been annoyed with people before and would love to, like, if it's like a mom like this, like, no, you will not taste my children.
Right.
Like, I bet she was a stupid bee. Right. I bet her kids were effing annoying.
Yeah.
And the lady was just like, I'm just going to fuck with you a little bit. And I kind of like it. She didn't like do anything.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever done anything to somebody like this? Just because you didn't like them, or like, have you ever left a note on a car, on a parked car, or anything like that?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I think that.
Have you ever sent anything weird to anybody?
No. Maybe that's why I admire this one so much, because I would never do it. I would probably think about doing it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm sure I have. I can't think of anything. Why? Have you?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What do you mean?
I've done numerous things. And things have happened to me, by the way, which are really funny. I had this job in college that was fucking awesome and made a fuck ton of money. And I didn't have to work very many hours. I was a fucking bouncer. And I only worked like 3 days a week, made a ton of money. The job was a blast, and it was rad. A bunch of my friends who were working like hard labor jobs, they were digging up, they were putting in sprinklers, which is, you're just out in the yard digging all day. In Columbus, Ohio in the summer, it's fucking hot. It's brutal. And they were working like 10 hours a day, and they weren't even making like what I would make in like 3 hours. So I every day when they came home, like just drenched in sweat, covered in dirt, like hating life, going to sleep early. I was like, man, I got to go to my job for like 4 hours tonight and make a fuck ton and see a bunch of hot girls and party and drink, because they let us drink on the job. So it was like, oh boy. I was like, you guys look beat. If you can find it within yourselves to come on down, come on down. One day they all took a shit in a box and cellophane, wrapped it and shipped the box through UPS and shipped it to me. Mm-hmm. I had suspected something gross was inside the box, so I had somebody else open it. But it was a box full of shit. It's a box full of shit is what it was. And that was their way of getting me back. And
telling you that you're a dick.
You're telling me I'm a dick.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that one. I thought that was a good one. I've left notes on people's cars. I did it recently. Somebody was parked in I was getting like my hair cut somewhere. And somebody was parked in a handicap spot. Mm-hmm. And this girl was coming out of the place, and the lady I was going to was just like really upset. And she was like, who would do this? Who would fucking do this? Somebody parked in the handicap ramp, and they couldn't get this girl's wheelchair down the ramp to get into her car to leave. And so I went outside, me and like two other guys. It was a big, like heavy wheelchair. The girl was older, a little bigger. And so the three of us lifted her down off the curb, got her to her car or whatever. And like the entire parking lot, like it was like 5 people there, but this one guy had parked in the handicap ramp.
Loser.
And, yeah. So she was like, I never do this. I'm so angry. I just want to leave a letter. And I was like, she knew that I'd write books. She was like, could you help me write this letter? And I was like, I'd be glad to. Mm-hmm. And I wrote the worst fucking letter of all time, like, and put it on their windshield. And it was really funny and like, awful at the same time.
Yeah.
Where it was like,
deserved.
Deserved. Yeah. So I've done shit like that. There was a time where, I was at a bar downtown here, and a guy came up to me and was me and my buddy, Dino, who's been on the show. Came up to me and Dino and was just like, man, I've got this prostitution service and whatever. And it was just like, it was laughable, you know? But I was like, you know, and it was like a velvet card, that he had given us this thing on. And I was like, you know, we should leave a note and the card on, like, let's pick a car of somebody who looks like they hate their job, kind of hate their life. Like, who would this card really benefit? So I wrote a note and I said, dear sir, or madame, if you hate your job, if you're out here it was like a Friday night or something. I was like, you can't hook up on a Friday night. You're fed up with the world. I was like, here's a prostitution service for you. And I think you should call. The guy seemed lovely and he claimed that his ladies were top notch. So you should use this. Wrote a note, left the card underneath his windshield wiper, and did that. And but really dissected somebody's life based on what kind of car they were driving at the time.
Oh yeah.
It was an old late 80s Mercedes.
Oh, that's not bad.
But it was faded, the paint was kind of gone, but
okay.
They were hanging on to it for whatever reason. And again, Friday night at that hour, there is no other reason to be downtown unless you're not going to see a play.
No.
Or something like that. Like you're going out to have drinks and meet ladies or whatever. So we tried to pick it out based on the car.
Yeah.
Of who it was. But like letters and things, I don't think it's been a while since I've sent a letter.
Maybe I'm just not passive aggressive.
You?
I don't like a letter.
I
don't like a roommate letter. I don't like I don't like a letter on the car.
I like a leave behind to make people guessing. I like that a lot. There was some mannequin legs that belonged to Lieutenant Dan here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop on over to the wide here for people watching at home a video. There was legs on this mannequin when I ordered this mannequin right here, and this is fucking mannequins are fucking expensive, by the way.
Yeah,
they were like $150 on Amazon, which I was surprised. It's just a goddamn plastic person.
Right.
So I took the legs off of it, and I put them underneath your car.
Yeah,
yeah, and that freaked you out.
It did, yeah.
Freaked your mom out.
yeah.
She was
You
in
like
town.
to leave the legs under weird places so when you walk around,
Yes.
they're popping
Yeah,
out.
yeah. So you were like, hey, why don't you throw those away?
I said that a couple times.
Yeah.
I think I had to say it
5 or 6 times.
More than 6.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'll throw away the legs. I didn't throw away the legs.
Where are the legs?
I had to go to Home Depot,
Mm-hmm.
so I put them outside of somebody else's car.
At Home Depot?
Yeah, and just a total stranger where it's just like, oh, hey, because Home Depot, and like I really put some thought and energy into it of like, because it looks like a body is underneath your car. Essentially what it, like from probably 20 yards away when you start that first walk, you're like, oh, fuck, there's a body underneath my car.
Sure.
So I thought to myself, all right, where would I put these legs that would have the most effect? And Home Depot is one of them where it's like, there's so many people in and out of Home Depot and like so many people that are like, man, either they've been working 90 hours or they're high as shit or drunk or whatever. And I was just like,
at Home Depot.
Yeah. People love to get high. But that's the thing. People love to get high and go to Home Depot and be like, oh man, could you imagine if I had those lights in my house or this type of paint or this type of, plants, or because they have everything, grills, spas,
plants,
like refrigerators, hammers, saws.
Sure.
Where you're like,
Screws,
I could really use
I
could really use a nice bandsaw right about now.
I didn't know that about Home Depot. Why do they have so many handicap spots at Home Depot?
Why do you think?
I don't know.
No reason.
There's no reason. Oh, why do you think? Why don't you answer the question? What is the answer? Yeah.
I will say this. I didn't put the legs underneath the handicapped person's car.
No. My God.
I put it out. Like, I didn't want to freak them the fuck out. Like, they've had enough shit going on in their life.
What if they're wheeling out?
Boy.
That'd be real messed up,
I know. So I
didn't do that.
No. And I found a nice car where it was like, oh, somebody's probably shopping for like expensive appliances,
sure,
or hardwood floors. So I picked like a Cadillac Escalade and then put the legs underneath that.
Okay, it's probably.
But I didn't stay.
Yeah,
I didn't stay. I just drove away. So I have
that was just a little fun thing for them. Yeah, I don't know. What is the answer?
So,
that's fun.
Because I enjoy things like that and then forgetting about it, where it was like, oh, hey, I fucking did that. Like the time.
Like thinking about someone, like it's funny for a second, but then they have to like move the legs out from under their wheel. Yeah. And then like do what?
Just drive away.
Just drive away. They would just leave it on the ground.
The legs weren't heavy.
No, I know, but then picture them like carrying them maybe to a like.
It's like the toilet exploding. Have I talked about that story on this show? The toilet exploding when I did that. No. I found a porcelain toilet out in front of my house in the condos I was living in LA.
Common.
Yeah. And I mean, it was a hard, heavy porcelain toilet. Mm-hmm. It probably weighed 60, 65 pounds.
Sure.
And we were shooting sketches. I never put this one up, but I put it in the middle of a road right on the double yellow lines. Mm-hmm. And I got buck naked.
Sure.
Middle of the night, probably, I want to say it was about 9:30, somewhere in there. Sat down on the toilet, buck naked, smoking a cigarette and reading a newspaper. Mm-hmm. So we were filming it and people were driving by and like slowing down and being like, what the fuck? Yeah. And like, but I was telling people, I was annoying. No, because I played it totally stone cold serious. So like somebody pulled up to me and was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, you're in my fucking bathroom. What the fuck are you doing? And like, but I never broke character the entire time. Okay. This went on for 20 minutes, a good half hour. So I feel we had the footage we needed and that. And I was just like, all right, cool. Left. Right. So that was, again, 9:30, somewhere in there. The toilet was heavy and I'm buck naked in the middle of the road. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, fuck this. I'm going to go inside my house. Like, I'm not going to bother to put the toilet back. It's in the middle of the road on the double yellow. It's fine. Like, right. Good to go. People will drive around at me. I'll grab it in the morning. About an hour later, it goes by. I hear a fucking explosion. Just a fucking ba-boom. Oh. And I'm sitting in my condo
Nightmare.
in my thing, and I'm like, oh shit, I bet you that's the fucking toilet. So I ran out back and went into the street, and sure enough, a drunk driver had hit the fucking toilet. It exploded.
So dangerous.
And they drove it. Well, the road that it was on, the speed limit was only 20 miles an hour. So it wasn't like a highway or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a giant toilet on the double yellow. How do you miss that?
Right.
Somebody did, and it fucking they drug it about 100, 200 yards up the road. Part of it, like, I mean, it was incredible. And the porcelain was there forever. Like, it exploded into a million pieces. So, yeah, I get the watcher, is what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
Like, I enjoy that whole element of, hey, I've done something really fucked up, and then I just left.
Okay.
Like nothing.
Or like you don't get to actually see the look on their faces.
Yeah.
But you
mentally
get joy out of like thinking about what is happening.
What's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I would never go so far as to do something to somebody's family or kids or anything like that. Like college-y, jokey shit. Putting a toilet in the middle of the road is,
Sure.
But writing letters saying, I want to taste your children, and sending magazines is crime corner.
Addressed to the tasty children. I don't know. I think it's funny.
I do too, but yeah. So
and the lady said no. No.
You
may not have my children.
You may not taste my children.
Okay.
It's really fucking funny. Yeah. In today's day and age, yeah, it's pretty funny.
It is.
Well, kids, we gave you Crime Corner, so you're welcome. You're welcome for that little slice of brilliance. Now we're going to get to the revolutionary figure of the day.
Do it.
You have a guess at who this is going out to today?
No.
This one's going out to Francis Scott Key.
1814,
wrote a little song called The Star Spangled Banner that Fergie absolutely butchered.
Yeah.
Just butcher. Wherever Francis Scott Key is right now, he is rolling over in his fucking grave. It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, just... should we attach the video to the end of this?
Can we?
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
F it.
Fuck it. Let's put the video on the end of this show. That way people can watch it.
You know what would be funny is just the audio on the end too.
Oh, yeah. Can we do that?
Yeah, not being able to see her.
It'd be great. It'd be really great.
You're welcome.
Because when you saw her, it was like she was going for it. We were just like, oh, man. And
it was a little bit of like Happy Birthday, Mr. President with it too.
Yes.
Like this sexy
mixed with Despacito.
I don't think you're supposed to make the Star Spangled Banner like sexy, right?
No.
I don't think it's
definitely not a
about
sexy
that.
song.
Yeah.
She tried to make it sexy.
Bring little Demi Lovato back over there.
Yeah, she killed it.
Killed.
Pink. Shit.
Pank
fucking killed
it.
She was great. Bring her back. Why not? You're absolutely
bring
right on that.
Bring that dude back.
Yeah, but bring that little dude back.
Bring that little dude Pank
Bring
back.
that little Pank dude back, you know?
Very manly.
Hey, some people are into that. And fucking, look, happy President's Day, kids.
Yeah.
Lincoln was my fave. He was my fave, so we're there. Let's play the Star Spangled Banner by Fergie, shall we?
Let's do it.
For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I am Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wave at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and